Welcome back to Wealth Through Time. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most important forces shaping the global economy, the rise of the US dollar. Why is the dollar so strong? Why does it keep rising? And how did it become the world's most powerful currency? In this 30-minute documentary-style breakdown, we will explore its full history, major turning points, and the key reasons behind its continued growth. Let's begin our journey. The story of the dollar begins in the late 1700s. After the United States gained independence, the government needed a stable, unified currency. In 1792, the Coinage Act established the US dollar, originally backed by silver and gold. During the 1800s, the dollar slowly gained trust. Railroads expanded, industries grew, and international trade started to include the United States. But back then, the British pound was still the world's dominant currency. The dollar's rise had begun, but it was far from the top. The true rise of the dollar began with the World Wars. During World War I and II, Europe was financially devastated. Meanwhile, the United States became the world's largest industrial producer. Countries borrowed money from the US in dollars. Gold flowed into America. By the end of World War II, nearly two-thirds of the world's gold reserves were held in the United States. This massive shift set the stage for the most important agreement in modern currency history. The Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944. Under Bretton Woods, the dollar became the center of the global financial system. All major currencies were pegged to the US dollar, and the dollar was pegged to gold at $35 per ounce. This made the dollar as good as gold. Strong, trusted, and stable. But this system couldn't last forever. The world was changing, and America was printing more money than it had gold to back it. In 1971, President Richard Nixon made a shocking announcement. He ended the gold standard. From that moment, the dollar was no longer tied to gold, it became a fiat currency. Many economists feared the dollar would collapse. Instead, it got stronger. Why? Because the world had already become dependent on the dollar. Oil was priced in dollars. International trade used dollars. Banks held dollars. Without gold, the dollar was now backed by something even more powerful: global trust. There are 5 major reasons the dollar continues to rise today. 1. The US economy is strong. Massive GDP, leading companies, Apple, Tesla, Google, and high consumer spending. 2. The Federal Reserve controls global interest rates. When the Fed raises interest rates, investors rush to buy dollars for higher returns. 3. The dollar is the global reserve currency. More than 60% of world central banks hold dollars. 4. Global crises make the dollar stronger. When the world is in panic, investors buy dollars for safety. 5. International trade depends on dollars. Oil, gas, technology, shipping, all priced in dollars. As long as the world depends on the US, the dollar will remain powerful. The dollar index, or DXY, measures the dollar's strength against major currencies. When DXY rises, the dollar is strong. Over the last 20 years, DXY has trended upward, proving global reliance on the dollar. When the dollar rises, countries like Uzbekistan feel it immediately. Imports become more expensive. Inflation rises. People buy more foreign currency for safety. Banks adjust exchange rates daily. This is why the dollar gaining value is not just an American event. It affects everyday life in many countries. So, will the dollar continue to rise? Most likely, yes. As long as the US remains the world's economic and military leader, as long as global trade depends on the dollar, and as long as investors see the dollar as the safest asset, the dollar will stay strong. This is not just a currency. It's the engine of the modern world. Thank you for watching Wealth Through Time. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more history, finance, and world economy videos.